Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Katarina and today we'll go through a really quick morning flow. Really great if you have a busy morning and you just want to get a little bit of movement in and get yourself started for the day. If you're interested in a bit of a more intentional, longer morning routine, you can check out a framework that I have attached the link to just underneath the video, and there you can find like a full length. It's a 4-part morning routine that I've created. But today, just a quick one. You can find your way lying down on the mat. So basically in Shavasana shape. And we'll start to settle down through the whole body. Starting really soft. And we'll take a few breaths to arrive here. Allowing yourself to take up the space, even during busy times, that your well-being really needs. Draw a deep inhale in all the way to the bottom of the lungs. And then exhale out. Taking a few deeper breaths to start to connect with our bodies. Keep going in your own rhythm, filling the lungs up and then emptying them completely. Good. Take one final one like that. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Well, then hug our right knee in towards the chest. Can you hug it in really, really close? And then as you exhale, you can release the leg and start to straighten it out. Maybe grabbing a hold behind the leg. It could be anywhere. It could be behind the thigh, the shin, maybe even the toes. And find a slight swaying movement here, back and forth. So just gently starting to feel into the back of that leg. You can keep a micro bend in that right knee. Do not go too deep. Do not make it too intense, as we're still quite cold in our bodies. Good. Take an inhale. And then bring the right leg back in. Hug the left knee in as well. You can gently sway from side to side a few times. And then release the right leg down. Hug the left one in really close. And then start to extend it out straight. Good. Holding on to wherever you can reach, and then sway back and forth, side to side, for a few breaths. Good. Take an inhale. And then exhale, hug the left knee back in, also hugging the right knee in, both knees to chest. Gently sway from side to side. Good. Then we'll extend both legs straight towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Place your arms by your sides, hands flat, pressing down. Then we're going to drop our right foot to hover over the mat, keeping your core, your center really engaged. And then switch. So left leg hovers. So it's kind of scissoring movement. We switch. Engaging through the very bottom of the core, making sure your lower back is still engaged with the mat. Good. Switching in your own rhythm. Slow, intentional movement. And we'll do 2 more each side. Good. You can then bring your knees back in. And now, grabbing hold behind the thighs or over the shins, we're going to start to rock up and down. So that maybe with your 3rd or 4th round, you find your way all the way up onto your feet in a forward fold. Maybe you help with your hands to get there. Good. So we tilt over the legs, hips rise up, the upper body sinks down. Now soften your knees as you arrive in this deep forward fold. Allow your upper body to hang heavy. The head is heavy, the neck is relaxed. And you might notice that you start to naturally lengthen through the lower back, really pressing your stomach against the thighs. That's really amazing. That will create a nice stretch for the back of the body. Good. Take one more breath, just hanging over the legs. And then with our next inhale, we'll halfway lift, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, fold over. Good. With our next inhale, we'll open the right arm up. Keep your left fingertips on the mat, and you can bend the left knee if you like, opening the stretch out to the right. Good. And then release back to center. We'll switch sides, right fingertips down, right knee can bend, left arm up. Good. And then switch again. We'll do both sides once more. Left knee bends, right arm lifts, and maybe you gaze up. And then switching, right fingertips down, left arm up. Good. And fold over the legs. Then halfway lifting, lengthen the spine, look forward. As you exhale, we'll step our left foot back behind us, bringing the knee onto the mat. Find length in the spine. And then we start to rise up through the arms, bringing our weight over the hips, reaching up through the upper body. Good. Dropping us deep into this pose. This feels good in the hips. You might want to keep it gentle, or maybe it feels good to go all the way as far as you really feel the stretch. Take an inhale here. And then we'll cactus our arms as we exhale, opening them out to the sides, lifting the gaze, the chest, finding a slight back bend. Roll the shoulders back. Good. Take an inhale. And then the hands drop down. We'll bring them to the inside of the left foot and walk the left foot out. Knee and foot can point out, finding a lizard pose. So you can either tuck your left toes under here, lift the knee off the mat if you like, or you can keep the knee down. You can also come down onto the forearms. This might be a bigger stretch. You can even lift your knee up here. So there's different variations depending on how deep you want to go. You can also stay in a slightly softer place and just, as it's early morning, allow your body to ease into these shapes. Really with patience. Good. If you're on your forearms, come back up onto your hands and bring the right foot in. We'll tuck the left toes under and then simply step the foot to the top of the mat. Good. Lift halfway, lengthen, inhale. And then exhale, step the right foot back behind you. Right knee grounds down. We find length through the spine. And then inhale, come all the way up. Good. The entire right front side of the body stretches and lengthens. Reaching up, take an inhale. And then cactus the arms as you exhale. Good. Finding a tiny back bend. Keep the core engaged. Hips a little bit squared so you protect your lower back. And roll the shoulders back and down. Good. Inhale. And then drop your hands down. Left foot moves towards the left. Right knee can stay on the mat, or you can tuck the toes under and lift it off. See what feels good. Perhaps coming down onto the forearms. Good. But I really suggest you stay quite gentle at this point. Feeling into the movement. Breathing into the movement. Allow your body to truly meet this shape. So you don't force it, you let your body surrender into it. Good. We'll then start to bring our foot back in. If you're on your forearms, come back onto the hands. Then we'll tuck the right toes under and this time step into a downward facing dog. Good. Finding a bit of movement here, movement that feels good. So maybe moving the hips from side to side, allowing for these small side stretches to happen. Maybe you bend the knees, straighten them out. Finding length in the spine, length in the backs of the legs. Good. See what feels good. With our next inhale, we'll move forward, finding a plank pose. Then bring your knees down, lower all the way onto the mat. Coming into a small cobra to start with. Inhale, and then exhale. And then maybe growing your cobra in size as we come for the second one. See what feels good as you roll the shoulders back. And exhale. Good. And now going for the biggest cobra that still feels really good for the spine. Inhale, rolling the shoulders back. And exhale. Good. We're going to tuck our toes under and push onto hands and knees. And you can walk your hands just so they're under the shoulders. Inhale, drop the heart, finding a cow pose. And then exhale, round the spine. Good. Inhale, drop the heart, lift the gaze. And then exhale, round. Inhale, lift and open. And then exhale, round. Good. Come back to a neutral spine. And from here, keeping your hips and your knees as they are, we're going to move our hands towards the top corners of the mat. Sinking the heart down, melting it down towards the mat. You can either rest your forehead on the mat if you reach that far, or you can also lift your gaze up, resting your chin on the mat. Great. Can you relax and release through the shoulders, allowing quite a lot of the upper body weight to rest on the arms, the forehead, or the chin. The more you surrender into this pose, the more you'll also feel the opening kind of sensations in the upper back and the shoulders, and the juicier it will become. Good. We'll take an inhale, and then start to slowly bring the hands back in, and we'll simply sit over our shins. You can rest your hands on your lap, and then close the eyes. Can you just come into stillness? Without fixing anything, without fidgeting around, can you just let your body come into a still place? It's harder than we think, but so necessary to. And you try to not fidget around and not fix how your clothing is sitting on you. Try to not fix that strand of hair that feels like it's tickling your face. Just let it be and drop into this moment. Noticing how the stillness feels in the body. And then noticing how the silence feels in the mind. We'll guide a deep inhale in through the nose, fill the lungs up. And then exhale, release it out. Good. When you're ready to end your practice, you can bring your hands to heart center, expressing gratitude for the coming day ahead. And then exhale, bow your head towards your hands. Thank you. Thank you so much for practicing with me this morning. I hope it served you well, this flow. If you enjoy practicing with me, please subscribe to my channel. The button's just below the video. I really also appreciate all the likes and the comments regarding the practices and just generally what you'd like to see on this channel. I hope I see you here next week as well. Have a lovely day.